Okay, today I bought a train horn, an air horn, and I got an old drill, and I'm going to see if I can mod it to make a cordless air horn. So we start with a drill. And I've already sort of loosened the screws up. And we're going to try put this together and see how this works. See what happens here. So I already undid all this. Let's open it up. Come on, baby. There we go. Let's see what we got inside. Okay. Take everything out. We're going to keep the trigger. Comes with a relay that I'm not going to be using. So I don't have a separate switch, as in if you were hooking it under your hood. And these wires, all I need is black and 2 wires to connect to there. So the back of our horn, we have our compressor. We have a positive, negative, so I just need a couple of wires to come off of that and solder in with the one that's the 2 off the switch. So pretty straightforward electrically. Looks like more of the work once we take this out is going to be making this fit inside and just sort of cutting and grinding what we need. But let's start ripping it apart. Let's see what we got. Maybe leave that switch in. That might help. Might help just to, might get in the way. We'll see. So let's cut those wires off. Could have left those a bit longer in case I wanted to attach something to it, but I can't see this ever being used in the future, so not too worried about it. So, curiosity. I want to make sure I keep the screw holes so I can put it back together, but it looks like it's gonna, maybe some room, but it looks like it's gonna cut into that. Might have to, lots of room back here past that. Can I do it inside? No, it doesn't. Almost. You can almost make it so that this came out the top, but no, I'm gonna have to do it like that and carve in here. Okay. So electrically, here's our ends for here. So I just need to cut these ends off and solder it in. The red goes to there. Oh, let's take a yellow then. Something of similar length. So those will be my connecting points. About that. That should be enough. So we'll do the same thing on this side. I actually didn't plug in the soldering iron yet, so I'll come back here once we got once we got the soldering iron heated up. Let's see what we have. Okay, we got everything ready to solder here. So let's get a little paste on these guys. in. Okay, we'll get a little solder on there. Should suck it in there nicely. Excited to see how this thing goes. In the end, I'm going to paint it with some team colors. But first I just want to get it operating. Okay, that one looks pretty good. Oh, a little more on the back side here, didn't go in. There we go. Beauty. Let that cool off. Somewhere, sorta, kinda, maybe. Alright. Come on, pay attention. Yes. There we go. So I'll just get clean the fingers off a bit. Get some tape on that. Don't have any shrink available. I don't have any here, so we'll just tape it up. Will be good. As long as you use a good quality electrical tape, it'll be fine. A good quality tape is 5,000 volts per layer. That's what it's actually rated for. If you get like a Scotch 33 or a higher end. But so even a mid-grade tape will work for this purpose. Just want to make sure there's no sharp edges to poke through and nothing to contact anything. Other than that, we're golden. I'll actually do a test now once I get this tape on, just to make sure that what we're doing is working before we actually get too far advanced. Give it a test and see if I need that battery. That's not going to hold properly, is it? That should be good enough. What's going on here? There we go. Good enough for a test that way. And we'll go negative. Some positive. Come on, you little bugger. Clip in there. There we go. Now, in theory, as long as we get some air coming out of there, then we should be okay. I'd say so. That made me jump a bit. That's awesome. Let me just see here. Now that I'm holding it. Definite air coming out. So we're good. It's just a matter of putting it together now. So now, the tricky part. How much of this do we got to remove in order to make this fit? Lots of room for wiring, you can see. So that's not an issue. It's going to be just figuring that out. So, pause it here, and I'm just going to pick away and grind until we can get this to fit, and I'll show you what I came up with. Okay, a little bit of grind in here. Basically, I used a Dremel for all of it, and it worked pretty good. I'll show you what I did, but I just wanted to, because I cut into the meat pretty good, covered in green. I feel like I was fingering Kermit or something here, but anyway. So I tightened these back up, and I took away enough meat for it to fit, but fortunately, because some of the other mods I seen, you couldn't use the screw holes again. This is actually holding it. So, and this is without any of the other ones, just those two. I'm pretty impressed. So that's good news, actually. That'll make it a little cleaner install at the end. So I'll just show you what I did. So inside, it seemed like this side is just where you're holding from the outside the screw, so I wasn't too worried about it, as long as I had something to bite onto a bit. But here where the screws go in, I was going as close as possible and still having some kind of a throat for the screw to screw into. So I would have had to go more in order to make it so that it would perfectly close, but that's why that test fit I just showed you is there's a bit of a gap there, but it does bite and it holds. So didn't have to do too much in here. It was more just on the sides and just heading into it and just biting away. And just keep doing a little bit at a time until you see what you need. So we got that done. So now, oh, there we go. Let's see if we can get this together now and see if we can get it something to work. I'll take it apart to paint my colors on it anyway. So that'll go like that. Where's our switch that we taped up? Let's put that on. Let's see which ones are positive, negative. Okay. I said it worked out good on this one. All depends on which drill you can find to use. This is just one that somebody gave me for free, so it's a perfect one to tear apart and bastardize. But some of them, they're the shorter, especially if you have, well, it depends on, I've seen tons of different kinds, but some you can have it a little bit further out. Some are it's in tighter, so it just works, it just seems to work good right there. And still be able to do it up, which also gives lots of room back here. Because we're going to have to put a bracket back here to hold that horn, so you don't want it to be too close, and any bolts or screws you put in, bolt wouldn't really work, but any screws you put in to hit this. So this is perfect. I got lots of room. I don't have to worry about nicking it at all. Okay, so let's do that. Put those around. Come on, baby. Let's actually give it a little spin. Keep it nice and tight up there, away from any screws coming from the back. Okay, I like that. Now, we'll see if we can... Good old crappy Hitachi drill, but it works. Perfect for the scenario. The shittiest drill, the better, as long as you got a battery that works and a charger. That's all you need. I wonder if I could put that piece in there just to cover that gap. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can do that. Just to keep any dust and crap from going in. No, it's going to get in the way. Maybe if I mount it backwards. No, it gets in the way. Oh well. Is what it is. There we go. That's good, that's good. Now let's see if we can get those screws back in. See if I can get them to bite again. Air hose is in the middle. Turn it a little. There we go. So really squeeze it to make it bite. There we go, I felt her go. Beauty. Actually, it sucked it in pretty good. That's not too bad. I'll take that. Let's put a couple more in here to hold them together, just to do a test. Let's go clean my Kermit fingers. Come on, baby. So the goal is to use this weekend in a couple of days here for a playoff game. Have it ready. Don't know if we'll have time to paint and... Well, that's sturdy. I like that. That turned out really well. I'm impressed. I'll put more in later. Let's give it a... Oh yeah. There's air coming out, so working as intended. Yeah, this dorky Hitachi light. The drill came with a light. Easier to leave it on than to take it off. Okay, I like that. So next is mounting that to the back. It comes with a bracket. We'll see if that helps or not. 90 degree, eh? That's not going to help at all. That's only going to point up. So, useless as tits on a bull. But, if I just take that and drill it in, that should work. Okay, so let's find some screws to hammer that in. We'll put the hose on and then we should be good for a test. Let's see. Okay, so basically just looking to see what I had in the cupboard here for screws. I didn't really plan that too far ahead. Just found some wood screws, but it's heavy enough plastic that I figured it'll bite into it. And these are pretty small. I wanted something a little meatier, but they'll do for now. So I could see upgrading that, and I didn't have a washer, but the heads just barely keep from going through. So all I did was just line it up, and wood screw bit into the plastic real easy, which I figured. It's kind of touching down here. So it would have been nice if it was elevated just a hair more, but if I went higher up, there's a curve on the back of the drill. So that would have taken everything and sort of put it off keel. So I didn't want that. So it works, like in the sense of it's on there and it looks okay. But I wouldn't mind if it was just elevated that little bit, or if put this in a vise and just give it a little bit of a kink to bend it up that little bit to just move it up. So I put on the tube and just did a measure and just cut it with the wire snips, and then let's hook this up. I think we're good to go for a test. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'd say that works. I like that. Coincidentally, just the design of this drill. So now I got to take it apart and I'm going to paint this. Whether I do that ASAP or not, I don't know. I want it for tomorrow, so I don't know that it's going to have time to dry. So I might wait. But I'm going to paint it orange and blue for the Edmonton Oilers, actually. And look at that. It looks like the oil drop. So I actually have like a natural feature here for the color. So we'll see how it turns out with the color. But either way, that's the drill. Then you can paint it your own colors or leave it the way it is. And now you got a train horn. I love it. Awesome. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, give me some subscribes, help a brother out, and check out my other videos. And hey, all the best rooting for your favorite team. How cool.